1986 marks the 100th anniversary of the founding of the Tiller Girls. Lancashire-born John Tiller was a member of the Manchester Cotton Exchange and one of the richest men in the city by the time he was 25. He lost everything, however, in a financial disaster, but instead of giving up, turned to his hobby, the theatre, and so the John Tiller Girls were formed. This lovely Edwardian house is where my friend Liz lives in Walton-on-Thames. The John Tiller Girls reunion is an ideal opportunity for me to visit her, with Brighton being less than an hour's drive away. I have known Liz for over 30 years. We first met when we were both Tiller Girls appearing at Blackpool's Opera House in the summer season. Shows in London's West End were to follow, and in September 1955, when commercial television was launched, I appeared in the first variety programme on that channel, a series with Harry Seacombe. In the spring of 1955, Liz and I were selected to appear in our first Royal Variety performance. 3 years with Tillers was a good grounding, and in 1956 we left to realise further ambitions in our show business careers. I informed Canon Edwin Young and his wife Mary of the reunion, and immediately Liz and I were invited to stay with them in their flat just off the seafront at Hove near Brighton. We first met Father Young, as he is affectionately known, when he was chaplain at the London Palladium. We both worked there in the late 50s, and I stayed on until 1961. He married Liz and Percy in April of that year, and on the 23rd of March 1973, whilst rector of Liverpool, Father Young married Brian and I at St Hildeberg's Church, Hoylake. From 1972 until his retirement 11 years later, Father Young was a chaplain to Her Majesty the Queen. The reunion is a well-staged one-day event and is receiving much publicity both from the press and television. 200 of us will sit down to lunch, with many more girls arriving later. This morning, ex-Tillers arrived from just about everywhere, including the continent and Canada. The youngest here today must be the captain of the current troupe, seen here with the present boss, Mr. Robert Luff, and the oldest to turn up is 94. Well, we'll forgive her for not attending the photo call. The following day, Tillers from the 1955 Crazy Gang show are invited to the home of Lillian, one of the dancers who now lives along the coast at Ferring, just west of Worthing. Meet Dizzy Hawksworth, whose idea it was to hold a reunion. This nostalgic weekend is a result of her excellent planning. Meet Lillian, who, with her family, has made us so welcome today. A wonderful lunch, and then much more chat, ended with a line-up by the pool, just for old time's sake.